We're going to be reading some Am I the Asshole stories. I always love this subreddit just because I think it's the person that's always writing the story is always the asshole. Maybe I'm going to be changing this. Maybe, you know, they're not the asshole in this. But usually they're always the asshole. And that's just how it kind of goes, I'm going to be honest. The first one is, am I the asshole for humiliating my ex's new girlfriend in front of our friend group? Already, probably. You know, probably you are the asshole. But the person posting from an inactive account because I have some friends lurking in my main one. I, 22 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 24 male, around 8 months ago. We decided to mutually call it quits and parted in pretty good terms, which is good because we just so happen to share a friend group. That's always the worst. I have been in so many relationships where you want to be friends with her friends because, you know, you want to be a part of her group, makes her feel good, or vice versa, she wants to be part of your group to make you feel good. And the worst is if, you know, you guys met each other through a friend and then it always gets so messy. It's just, don't do it. Don't ever do it. After a rough patch, I decided to start taking a bit more care of myself, eating better, going to the gym, going to therapy. The shift was pretty evident in both in my attitude and the way I looked. My friend said I looked much happier and healthier, and I began gaining confidence a little by little. Now I'm a huge nerd. I have real hours and real games. And most relevant to the story, I like to cosplay as a hobby. Most of the old cosplay involves characters that don't show their face or body too much. Hornets from Hollow Knight, Mono from Little Nightmare, etc. But since I've been feeling more confident, I decided that for a big con in my city, I'd like to try something different. A friend convinced me of going as Viper, so for the past 6 months, we've been pouring most of our free time into the cosplay. 3 weeks ago, I sent a picture of me wearing the cosplay to the group chat asking for feedback for the final details. My ex immediately DM'd me and asked me please not to wear that cosplay to the con because it might make his new girlfriend uncomfortable. Dude, fuck your new girlfriend. What is that? Dude, that makes him uncomfortable. If your ex is saying don't wear that, you know, you make my new girl uncomfortable, she's gotta get her self-esteem up then, my boy, because it sounds like you're uncomfortable. My ex immediately DM'd me asking me not to send it or not to come with that. I asked what about it would make her uncomfortable, but he refused to elaborate. I knew he was dating someone new, but I didn't know she was coming with us to the con. I tried to explain to him this was the work of months and I couldn't just throw it all away just because a girl I'd never met felt comfortable about it. That's so true. In the end, I wore it to the con and it was a huge success. I tried to keep my distance from the larger chunk of our friend group because my ex and his new girlfriend were there with him, but we didn't spend a good part of the day with them. Throughout the whole thing, the new girl kept making snidey comments at me, laughing whenever I got asked for poses for pictures. Everyone looked uncomfortable, but nobody was saying anything. After leaving the con to have dinner, through another friend asked the new girl if she would like to cosplay as well. Her answer was, why would I need more attention from guys? I already have a boyfriend. I'm not a slut. I snapped and told her to stop acting like a pick-me bitch. Stop acting like a pick-me bitch just because I got attention all day. She started to cry immediately and my ex stepped in and asked me to apologize. I told him I only do if she apologized for the way she's been acting around me all day. More and more of our friends started to join the screaming match. It got so bad we ended up getting kicked out of the restaurant. It's been 5 days and my ex is threatening to leave the fan group if I don't apologize. Honestly, I wouldn't care if he did, but some of our friends are asking me to do so to stop him from leaving. Should I have caved? Am I an asshole? Yes and no. I think, you know, you're not the asshole for like wearing that to the event, and you're not an asshole for sticking up for yourself. There could have been obviously a more mature response to that, but it seems like his girlfriend was being kind of like, you know, I'm not like other girls. I'm different. I'm unique. So I get why it's like, no, you're not. You're not though. You're really not though. But who knows, you know, how the tone was. I mean, if, you know, you're going with your ex's girlfriend there, it's like you could read so many things so many different ways that it's just, it could be misconstrued. But I would say this is the first one I've probably read where it's like they're not the asshole, but semi the asshole. So not fully, but semi. The next one I have for you guys is, am I the asshole for sitting on a public toilet seat and not telling my boyfriend? Already, if you don't put toilet paper on the seat, that is my biggest pet peeve in general. If you have the galls to already go out in public, which it's a war zone, it is a complete war zone when you go to any public bathroom. It's a complete war zone. So not wearing or not using toilet paper on the seat is absolutely gross. Is the grossest thing you can do. So already I'm on the boyfriend side. You're the asshole. But maybe I'm wrong. It's not likely, but maybe I'm wrong. When I, 27 female, needed to pee in public, for example at a restaurant or a gas station, if the toilet seat is clean, I will sit down on the toilet to pee. You're gross. If it has a little bit of pee on it, I will wipe it with tissue before I sit down. You're also gross. Wipe it, flush, and then put toilet paper down. My boyfriend of 3 years recently learned this when I made a passing comment about sitting in a porta potty, and he is absolutely horrified. He is really grossed out that I have had sex with him after sitting on a public toilet seat. I'd be grossed out, but it's like, you're getting the good. Like, come on. You're not that bad. Come on. He was really grossed out that I had sex with him right after sitting on a public toilet seat and likened it to him wiping his dick on the toilet lid, or that he is putting his mouth on people's poop particles when he sits down on me. I asked a couple of friends, and so far the consensus that I'm definitely the gross one, and I shall always hover to pee. I feel like I'm going crazy. Am I the asshole for sitting on public toilets? I don't think you're an asshole. Well, you're an asshole. You're a gross asshole. I don't know. Your asshole is gross. That's what I'm trying to say. Your asshole is gross. But I don't know if you're the asshole. I just think that not wanting to use toilet paper on the seat is fucking gross. What he's talking about as far as like, you know, your cooter whacker, it's like you're not putting your, maybe you are. You're not putting your cooter whacker on the toilet seat, I don't think. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe that's why he's like, that's gross if you're doing that. But I didn't get that out of the story. That's gross. But I think just not putting toilet paper seat is gross. Your asshole's gross. I don't know. Just don't do that. So I'm just going to say you have a gross asshole. So yes, your boyfriend is kind of right, but he's kind of an asshole himself. So let's get to the next one. Okay, this one's called, am I the asshole for telling my dad he can't invite his girlfriend to my graduation because my mom paid for the trip? This one might convince me. Okay. I, 22 female, am graduating college in 2 weeks. My parents divorced when I was 11. They are civil now, but they are not friends. I love my dad, but he has always been the parent who showed up if it was easy. My mom was the one who showed up when it was not. She worked extra shifts, drove me everywhere, helped me with forms, cried with me when I was almost dropped out, and somehow still made me feel like I was not a burden. W mom. We love our moms. Love you, mom. My mom booked an Airbnb months ago for herself, my brother, my grandma, and me. She also paid for the rental car and gas because my brother and grandma could not afford the trip. My dad said he would drive himself and get a cheap motel. Then last month he said he was tight and he might not come. I tried to act like I understood, but I was hurt. My mom quietly offered to pay for the hotel night so he could still be there. She said, you deserve both parents there, even though I knew it would cost her more than just money. Last week, my dad called sounding excited, and he said his girlfriend Cara got the weekend off and she was coming too. They have been dating 8 months, and I met her twice. She's not evil or anything, but she's not close to me at all. My brother's birthday dinner, she kept calling herself the bonus mom now, and my brother looked like he wanted to disappear. I asked my dad what he meant by Cara was coming. He said she wanted to support me and was basically family. I told him I did not have a ticket for her, and he said he could still come to dinner, take pictures, and hang out with. I asked my dad what he meant by Cara was coming. He said she wanted to support me and was basically family. I told him I did not have a ticket for her. He said she could still come to dinner, take pictures, and hang out at the Airbnb. I said no because the Airbnb was paid for by mom. For the people I invited, he said Cara would not mind sleeping on the couch. That honestly made me snap a little. I told him the couch was not the point. The point was my mom paid so he could come and watch his daughter graduate, not so he could turn it into a couple's weekend. He got upset and said my mom always gets to be the main parent and he just wanted someone there so he would not feel awkward. I told him this weekend was not about him being comfortable. It was about me graduating, and I wanted one weekend where my mom was not expected to swallow her feelings to fix everyone else's. He said if Cara was not welcome, maybe he should stay home. I said that was his choice, but I was not giving up my brother or grandma's spot, and I was not asking my mom to host his girlfriend. Now my aunt says I embarrassed him and made Cara feel unwanted. My dad texts, I hope making your point was worth it. My mom said she supports me, but I can tell she feels guilty. I do want my dad there. I just hate that even my graduation somehow turns into everyone worried about his feelings. I understand, like not, because I've had a dad who sometimes was not there and then was there. And, I love my dad to death. And my mom was like super hardworking. Like I had a single mom. She busts her ass off to to make sure me, my brother, and sister were always having what we could. And, you know, I wouldn't have been able to move out, get a car without the sacrifices she made. So I understand, like, not wanting this girl of 8 months. Like, it's different of, you know, they were together for 6 years, you know, for a long time, married, something like that. And it's like, hey, I want to bring her, you know. But even the dad's kind of spotty is what I'm getting from this. So this is like the first story I've ever read on here that I'm like, okay, this person's not the asshole. So good on this person. I think fuck the dad, you know, be a big boy, get some money to be able to bring your girl. If you're having another girl pay for your girl, it's like, bro, do you even feel like good about that? Like, I couldn't feel good if my ex was paying for my now girlfriend's stuff. It's like, that would be ridiculous. So I understand where she's coming from, and I'm convinced. I didn't think I was going to be convinced, but I'm convinced. Not the asshole. Wow. That's a first. This is a poop one, but I gotta read one. It's just gotta be one in here, okay? Am I that asshole for wanting to poop alone? I asked my husband to take our 19-month-old baby with him this morning to drop my daughter off at school. I asked him so that I could use the bathroom alone. Every time I try to poop, my son either screams outside the door or wants to sit on my lap. My husband took him and ran into traffic. Road closed, train stuck, etc. Until they were driving for an hour. My son wasn't happy about it, and he screamed the whole time. My husband gets home and starts screaming that it's not fair to our son that I lock him in a chair in the car for an hour so that I can use the bathroom. He says I'm the asshole because our son shouldn't have to deal with that. I replied, I guess we can't take our son anywhere anymore since he's not allowed to be locked up all day. I replied that I guess we can't take our son anywhere anymore since he's not allowed to be locked up all day. Okay, you're the asshole. Fuck it. He's not allowed to. I don't mean to be the grammar police, but it's like, then I feel stupid. I really don't know who's the asshole. I understand, like, you know, if your son's sitting on your lap and screaming, that's a problem. For sure, you'd want a break from it. If my dogs, or a baby for that matter, were like screaming to get into the bathroom or had to sit on my lap, I would lose my mind. And the husband is an asshole for crying, for not getting, because he has to deal with the baby crying. But you're both assholes, because where is the discipline to tell your son that when moms are in the bathroom that you chill? Okay, wait, I realize he's 19 months old, but still, it's like, also, just let him cry. Let him throw a tantrum. He's 19 months old. He's barely a year old. Just let him cry. It's like, he'll be fine. Hot take, I think he'll be fine. As long as someone's watching him, hey, he's just gonna have to stay out here with you. You can watch him. Let him cry. I don't care if you're mad. He's not sitting on my lap. I understand with the mom. I'm starting to agree a little bit more with the mom. Like, if he's sitting on my lap, let him go. He doesn't need to be on my lap the whole damn day for me to use the bathroom. Like, so I would just say you're both kind of an asshole about fighting about your kid. It's a give and take. The husband's a bigger asshole for sure. He needs to take a little bit more to get some, but you guys are both fighting. I just say it's important to not fight around the baby. Okay, our next one is, am I that asshole for processing a hit and run through insurance? So a couple weeks ago, I was sideswiped in a neighborhood by a car. I honked at them, but they kept driving. I called the police to report. Thankfully, I have a dash cam, so I took a picture of the car. Couldn't see the license plate and posted it on our neighborhood Facebook group and found the person and messaged with them. Now, I would have just been fine for them to pay for the damage. It wasn't a lot. Insurance estimated to be around $1,500. That's a lot. I'd be pissed. But they started questioning if they really hit me. I don't need to mess with this, and I gave their information to the police to update the police report so I could then give it to my insurance. The officer told me, since the report had already moved to the next step, that it wouldn't be a hit and run. The officer told me, since the report was already moved to the next step, that it would be a hit and run, and that he couldn't just add the information as if he did that day of it. The parents of the person who hit me obviously think I'm an asshole and told me as such. One of my neighbors whom I was telling about this said I'm the asshole because the driver was actually the teenage son who had their learner's permit and hit them. And he has a learner's permit and hit and run is serious. She said, my car is old enough that the scratches and dents don't matter that much. But I and my partner think if they didn't want to get penalty for the hit and run, they shouldn't have hit and ran. If they just stopped, it would have been better for them. Now it sucks. It really is the parents' fault who didn't tell them to stop. That still isn't my responsibility. ETA. Sorry, it wasn't clear. The parents, I believe both of them, were in the car with the kid when I was driving. So they were the ones who didn't tell him to stop. This is the only reason I felt kind of bad, because it really is the parents' fault, but the kid will take the burn of it. Edit 2. I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole for the parents. His parents are definitely the asshole, but I would just be like, hey, listen, like, if you don't give me the $1,500, then I'm going to the police and you're going to go to jail. Your son's going to get like a ticket or go to jail for a hit and run. You guys need to pay for the damages. I don't care if my car is 100 years old. Like, you still hit my car and took off. Like, what if you would have killed me? Like, or like broken bones or shit like that. It's like, either you give me my money or someone's going to jail. So you're not the asshole. Again, I think you should maybe do that. I wouldn't have been like, well, it's the kid's fault, so I'm gonna have to charge. You're just gonna go to jail. Like, and you did give him a fair point to get in, but I don't know. I think that you're not the asshole. I don't know. This is the second one back to back. Too many non-asshole stories. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. But I just feel like first three were all assholes. These last couple have not been. So I think that there's a lot of assholes in the subreddit though. So before the episode ends, I kind of want to get talked into a few things that a couple funny stories that happened to me, and you just, you let me know if you think I'm the asshole. These don't really have any context, but we'll get into it. So I was trying to buy a mic, and I bought a Rode mic, and it's one of those where it fits like the big ass thick cable, not type C or not USB, but it's like that thick thing you gotta shove into like pause. It's a cord that you have to like shove into a box, and then you shove it into your laptop and you have to download an app. I forget what it's called. It's like M Audio, something that goes with it. But it was just so much shit, and I was like, what the fuck? So I go into the store and I'm like, I gotta return this mic. I don't have a box. Like, this shit is unusable. And there was a little back and forth, but finally they took it and I just exchanged it for this mic right here. It's arguably a worse mic, but I was just like, I just need a mic, and I just need it. So it's not a bad mic, it's a HyperX 2S. It used to be $200, but it's always on sale now. So, but it's a good mic, I feel like. And am I the asshole for returning it without a box? I think so, but it's $1 million company, so I'll take it. It's whatever. And yeah, we'll see how the audio sounds. This video will be a different edited. I'm kind of excited to see how this is, and compared to my other videos. Thank you for the support in the last 2 videos. It's been great. I've been watching a lot like YouTube like niche of, this is a great channel. This is how you blah, blah, blah. And I want to do a whole podcast episode on those, because to me they're always so bad advice. It's like, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to find a really, really niche, and it's got to be different. Or use AI to help you with this. And it's like, it's so bad advice. It's like, be yourself. Try to get your videos well shot, well voiced, good lighting. I like to have a good background. I don't know if it's a good background, maybe it's not, but I like to have a decent background. And, I work hard to try to edit these. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. And, I think just try your best and you'll be happy at the end of the day. So stay away from those kind of videos. Every episode, we like to talk about mental health at the end. I just want to again say, hey, if you're not doing so well, ask for some help. It's important that you talk to somebody or try to talk to somebody, either it's friends, family, a significant other, your kids, if you have kids. A professional is always the best, but just talking to anybody, it really does matter and it really does help. Get the right resources. Is that medication? Again, is that talking to someone? Just, there's stuff out there to help you, and it's important. I deal with mental health problems, with anxiety and depression all the time. It's a serious thing, but as I get better, I'm hoping you also get better, and just kind of talking is a good therapy. So get out there, talk to someone. It's really important. I love you guys. I want to see everyone doing good. And, I hope you guys love each other and want to see each other doing good as well. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the subscribe button. Before that, I want to put the number here. If you ever have suicidal thoughts, please reach out to this number. Never take your own life. It's too important to other people. Don't be selfish. People care about you, and people will care if you're gone. Even if you don't think so, people will. So again, if you're ever feeling kind of sad or anything, please reach out to this number. and give them a call. Thank you for watching this episode, and I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.